Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Episode number 425. Drink It Till You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? Hope everybody's okay. Hope you're safe out there. I'm drinking. I've already cracked it open, had a few sips here. One of my White Claws in a can. I got a little shot of rum here to do as well. Let's go ahead and get started. Cheers, everybody. And I've just been avoiding the social media for the past couple of days. I missed the fight last night. I didn't want anybody to spoil it for me. I'm actually starting from the opposite way. I'm starting from the main event, and I'm going to work my way backwards. I guess on Paramount Plus, there's no prelim. They only really just show the main event, which is okay. You know what I mean? Like, we're clearly not here to see the prelims. You know what I mean? Like, I would watch them if I was watching live. But, yeah, I'm just not here. No, that's not what we're here for. We want the main event. So anyways, I love the app. I'll say this till the end of time, just for the fact that I can literally do my show and watch what happened, live. That's what I love about the Victory Plus app, too, for my Dallas Stars, which, by the way, speaking of Victory Plus, I do love it for the Stars. I think to pay for the Rangers on Victory Plus is like $100 a year, a month. Is it a month now? I don't remember, but it seems kind of tragic, you know what I mean? Like, when there's generations before me who watched the Texas Rangers for free, practically, other than the cost of a TV. Seems kind of, I don't know, it's just out of balance, out of whack to charge people, for that kind of thing. It just seems silly. We should be able to watch it for free. Now, the Stars on the app are free, and this is all under Victory Plus. But I've been digging into the MASL, the Indoor Soccer League, MASL. I think it's called MASL 3. I don't know what the 3 signifies, but yeah, dude, I've been watching some indoor soccer. I mean, a blast from the past like you wouldn't believe. You know what I mean? Like, that just reminds me of just straight up Reunion Arena, downtown Dallas. I mean, you could see everything. Oh, man. Vallejos just rocked him. 3 minutes into the first round. That's not good for Emmett. But anyways, that reminds me of seeing the Dallas Sidekicks at Reunion Arena, going to watch the Dallas Stars, the Dallas Mavericks. That was always a lot of fun. And as you guys know, I'm no longer supporting the Mavericks after, what happened with Luka. Supposedly they got some young kid, like on the team who's making waves. I have seen, I don't remember his name, but he's doing some pretty big stuff for the Mavericks, but yeah, I have moved my efforts, my fandom to okay. I never thought I'd do something like that, I never thought it'd be that drastic. But, yeah, you trade a player like Luka, it's like, I don't know, man, like, even if you say he's not the best player ever, it's not like he's a bad player. I'll never understand it. But anyways, so speaking of the Oklahoma City Thunder, oh, shit, Emmett just got rocked. Is that it? Is this the main event? Is it going to end in the first round? Emmett's getting his ass kicked. Dude. Vallejos is fucking on him, bro. He's not out yet. Oh, shit. Don't tell me it's going to end in the first round. Ooh, what a dude. Oh, Emmett's been hurt, and now he's throwing wild. Oh, my God, bro. Vallejos is going hard, trying to finish him. Shots to the body. Shots to the head. Oh, that's it. Holy shit. First round knockout. Damn. All right. Well, that changes the game. I'm going to have to, pause so I can changed the fight. Holy shit, I didn't expect it to be over in the first round. But yeah, damn. That was pretty mean, bro. Was that for a belt? Was that a 5-round fight? I mean, to be the main event, it has to be 5 rounds, right? So, anyways, aside from that ass whooping I just watched, bro, that replay. I love the angle of those elbows Vallejos was throwing. Dude, that was mean, bro. That was so mean. It almost looked like Emmett got caught in the eye, because when he, like, at a point swung wild, because he's kind of desperate, this guy's beating the shit out of him. Once he got a little bit of space, yeah, there he goes. There's the replay of it. But he swung wild, but it looked like he was only looking out of one eye. Then Vallejo went to work on him. God damn, that elbow to the body, bro. Yeah. Elbow to the body, uppercut to the underneath the chin. That guy's a monster, dude. You don't want the tide to get turned with that guy. But anyways, speaking of, like basketball, old reunion arena days, all this and that, I've been supporting the Oklahoma City Thunder, which, dude, their game versus the Nuggets, dude, I was even like double checking myself. I'm like, wait a minute, it's like 8 minutes left in the second quarter, and both teams have already almost scored like 60 points. Yeah, I was like, this seems abnormal. I was like kind of looking at other scores around the league. I was like, okay, there's another game on that night, and it was kind of about the same time, second quarter, except they only had a few minutes left in the second quarter, and their score was like, 52 to 56, or, you know what I mean? So it was up there. But the OKC Denver Nuggets game was, by halftime, it was like 66 to 62. I think OKC ended up scoring like 130 or close to 130. It was just, dude, in that game, I mean, both teams, props to both teams. I mean, just balls to the wall, all offense, no defense. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was playing a fucking shred of defense, and, oh God, I can't remember it's not MVP, that's Michael Venom Page. I'm thinking of the dude on the, I think it's a Gallegos. I think it's Gallegos. I could be wrong. I could look it up. I'm not going to. But the dude who basically just hit the dagger in that game, he has the cornrows or whatever. That guy is just electric, dude. I enjoyed watching him so much that night, and I'm honestly glad that I watched that game. Just for the fact that it in a way, it really did reignite my love for basketball. You know what I mean? Like, that, if every game could be like that, I mean, we'd all watch all the time. And I know every game can't be like that. And actually rooting for a team, you don't want every game to be like that. You got to think about longevity. They play 82 games in a season, just like the NHL does. So that's not exactly a quick season. MLB holding the title with 162,000 games a season. But yeah, that OKC Denver Nuggets game, dude, that was awesome, man. It was a straight up shootout. It's everything you could ever want, and speaking of a shootout, we're going to switch gears here real quick. Was it the Buffalo Sabres? Yeah, it was the Sabres. Who were they playing? I want to say it was Tampa Bay, but I don't remember exactly. It had to be Tampa Bay, right? I have to look now. I can't not know. The reason I want to talk about this game in the first place was there were 15 combined goals. And did this happen last week? I can't remember, to be honest, but there were 15 combined goals in this game, dude. It was absolutely incredible. where is it? Sabres beat the Sharks. Yeah, that was the final for the Thunder Nuggets game. It's right there, 129 to 126. SGA, he's the star. Yeah, that was badass, dude. Like, honestly, like I said, it really reignited my love for basketball. You know, and like I said, it's gonna be hard because you can't expect that out of every game. You know what I mean? Just like you can't expect what happened between, it was the Lightning, the Sabres and the Lightning, dude. 15 combined goals in that game. And it was as back and forth as you've ever seen. And not only was it as back and forth as you've ever seen, but both of these teams are literally like at each other's throats the entire game because they're both aiming for the top of the Atlantic Division. And not only that, but dude, like there was one point in the game where there's like 4 Sabres in the penalty box. I mean, just from all the extra curriculars going on. There were 4 Lightning in the other penalty box. They're like, it just makes you laugh, dude. It makes you laugh because it's like, yes, they're grown men. Yes, they could hurt each other. But seeing him in the box, like high-fiving and stuff, it's just like, dude, but they're just big kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you have to, they're just big kids. It's, as mad as they might get, as much power as they might have, they're just big kids. And it just, I loved it. I didn't see 4 professional hockey players sitting in each box. I saw 4 children having the fucking time of their life sitting in the box. So with that said, dude, that's only a small, I'm telling you, a small illustration of how that game went, man. It was, I mean, at one point I was like, dude, this, there was so many fights in that game. Nothing could happen without a fucking fight breaking out, dude. It's like, it literally, this saying you've heard before, I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out. You know, that was literally that night, but it was awesome. 15 combined goals. It felt like endless fights. You know, I even tweeted at one point, I was like, dude, it's going to take like 6 hours to finish this game. It's like it was like a, you know, just anything routine in another game. It just set everybody off in this game. And I get it because they're both fighting for the Atlantic, like I said. And now the Sabres are on top in the Atlantic. They have played 2 more games than Tampa Bay, so that doesn't work in there, or maybe it was 3 more games, I can't remember. But something like that. So that doesn't work in their favor, but the plan is the same as it was before they reached first place for the Sabres, is to win, just keep winning. You know, it's hard to refute if you just keep winning, you know, and just hoping, you know, the team nipping at your heels goes on a little downtrend there. But dude, it was awesome, man. Like, that week of sports, it was just made me so happy. Not only did I feel like, okay, like I haven't felt this way in a long time. Like, that's why I keep saying it. I haven't felt like I wanted to actively, like, turn on an NBA game. You know what I mean? And granted, you know how I feel about hockey. You know how I feel about NBA on my totem pole. You know, like, NBA's down at the bottom. Sorry, bro. Like, NHL is just way too exciting. You know, even though, I mean, I would put both of those games I'm talking about on the same level for their, you know, individual sport, you know. Those were the best games. Those had to be the best games of the week. I mean, come on. So, yeah, Sabres beat the Lightning 8-7, believe it or not. I mean, there was endless fights. It's like in another game, a routine play, like just shooting the puck, you know, on net, and the goalie freezes the puck for a face-off. And if you get like little baby tap that goalie and you're on the opposing team, I mean, that's all it took, bro. Not even that sometimes. It's like if you skated by him and just, you know, Gave him a little bit of ice spray. Dude, it was like anything and everything was cause for both teams to just start fighting. They were going at it. So, yeah, 15 combined goals. Sabres come out on top of that one. Actually, that game was the one that helped them come out on top in the Atlantic. So now, like I said, there is a game at hand advantage in there. So that, doesn't tell the whole story. But, yeah. Since we're already talking about hockey, I mean, I know I'm switching back and forth, but my Dallas Stars still cooking, still on a roll, looking great. I mean, who beats the Oilers like that? You know what I mean? Like, we beat the Oilers pretty handily, you know? I don't think they're really, as far as I mean, everybody has their off night, right? But just the fact that the team's history from last season, you know what I mean? Like, the Oilers are going to turn up. The Stars are going to turn up. This is like playoffs 2.0, before the playoffs 3.0, So, the Stars turned up. And, it was awesome to see. I know the Oilers are kind of questioning the goalie situation now a little bit, understandably so. But yeah, Stars are looking good, man. Freaking Sabres are looking good, dude. Oklahoma City Thunder looking good. I have still yet to catch a Detroit Pistons game while they are atop the East, but I want to. I really, really want to. I mean, because how often have you been able to say that? The Pistons number one? Like, what? That doesn't... Are you sure you read the standings right? You know what I mean? Like, so, baseball coming up, dude. It's about to get hectic as hell. Moving over to NASCAR today, Joe Gibbs Racing. So we had, out of the 4 guys on our team today, we had our lowest placing was 8th place. So, who was it? Hamlin first, I think Bell like 3rd or 4th. Briscoe right behind him, and then 8th place, Gibbs, I think is how it was at the, checkered flag. But for the race, I mean, Christopher Bell did great, man. He hung in there the top 3 spots pretty much the entire race. He needed that so bad, in such a bad way. He needed those points, so I'm glad for him. Hamlin pulls that one off. It was great to see, man. I just love, everybody in, not even top 10, 8 or less for your entire team. I mean, that's a hell of a day. And I mean, if you get the chance to, get all those 4 cars in a cluster, you know what I mean? Like, Chris Bell was at the top a lot of the day. So, I mean, there is a very good chance that, him and Hamlin could have been 1 and 2, But yeah, some good driving today. I love that. What else? Movies, TV, what have I been watching? I don't even know, man. I was stuck on Westerns for a while, but I've kind of got a bug. I talked about this a little bit last week. But I got a little bit of a bug to watch like 70s movies, right? And I don't, it's really not even 70s that I'm after. It can be 70s, 80s, or 90s movies. And not just we made this film in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, but it needs to be based in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been kind of going down this rabbit hole. Watched Jackie Brown for probably the millionth time. You know who I always forget is in that damn movie? And no matter how many times I watch it, I always forget Michael Keaton is in that movie. I always forget that. Doesn't he ride a Harley in the movie? Michael Keaton, what's his character's name? Michael Keaton, Jackie Brown. I mean, he was in it, wasn't he? It wasn't just my imagination. Oh, Chris Tucker. Dude, I mean, Chris Tucker. Like, yeah. It's just, it's got everything. I need that slow burn style. Like, I'm starting to realize that about myself. Like, when I seek out a Western, I need that. I love that slow burn style. You know what I mean? Like, don't give me everything all at once. Give me the wind howling and the tumbleweed tumbling through town. You know what I mean? Like, set me up for it. You know what I mean? Like, don't just, foreplay, I guess you could say. Foreplay. You know, that's a little, is that too much to ask? But yeah, I love it. Just, slow go. And I keep looking into these things on YouTube, like I'm interested in scenes. That's what I really enjoy. Like, I enjoy full movies, of course, but I really enjoy scenes. You know what I mean? Like, I really enjoy not only watching them, but like a YouTube channel that might take a particular scene and break it down and kind of give you the deal of why it's so tense or why it's so dramatic or why, whatever, why it's so suspenseful. I love that kind of stuff. So, I've been looking into, a lot of movies on YouTube and trying to find little scenes and Westerns and stuff. The only reason I watched, and this does fall into the category of a Western, but it's more comical style Western, but My Name is Trinity. The only reason I watched that movie was because I remember that scene where he stumbles into the establishment. The guy brings the pot of beans and Trinity's like, leave it, like leave the entire pot. Like, I'm hungry as shit, like thirsty. Yeah, I need water, everything. Like, so diving into that scene, kind of the behind the scenes that I was watching about that scene was that he, God damn it, his name's escaping me right now. But Trinity, basically, the character, or the actor who played Trinity, he fasted for like 2 days or something, which, isn't like super drastic. But he fasted for a certain amount of days before he shot that scene. That way, when he stumbled into the establishment and he's eating the beans, he... you could call that method acting, sure. But he appears to be more ravenous, you know what I mean? Because he technically, regardless of what the line in the script says, technically, he physically, as a person, has not eaten in so many days. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, you're going to scarf it down. And I had to imagine that was just the way of life, back then. You didn't have a 7-Eleven to go get some beef jerky real quick. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that, but I'm just saying it was, you'd go without food for, a few days, hopefully not a week, until you killed something, or I guess until you bought something if you had the money. I would just have to imagine most people back there were just super dirt poor. Unless you had money, you didn't, So anyways, I've been looking into these scenes, researching these scenes, and I love, one of the ones I saw was breaking down like a scene in Django where, they chase the guy up the tree, blah, 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 and, or it's really Mr. Candy who does it, but the way, I just love the description of the way Tarantino doesn't let you look away from the horrific thing that you might be imagining might be about to happen. And if you're seeing the movie for the first time, you don't know if that horrific thing is going to happen, but you kind of suspect, so it's just awesome, dude. Like, I'm loving it. I'm loving, the breaking down of the scenes or whatever. I was calling back to a movie. I don't remember which one now. Jackie Brown, maybe. I have it still pulled up. But either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, I'm really getting into it, I'm really getting into how things are broken down. So, and I do love kind of silly stuff too. Like, I love inconsistencies or incontinuity, or like the boom mic in the shot. It's just kind of, extra things to look for. But, yeah, damn it, which movie was I about to talk about? I can't even remember. Oh, yeah, my list. So I haven't seen all of these. Jackie Brown, like I said, I've already seen that one. So here's some ones I've had recommended. 2-Lane Blacktop. If you guys have seen this, any of these movies, you can always write me a drinkuntilyoupodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what you thought. The Long Goodbye, supposedly, from what I researched, based in the 70s. I think shot in the 70s too. Licorice Pizza, which I actually started. It's about, I guess, a young filmmaker, if I'm thinking about the right movie. And he's, I don't know, it's kind of like, a Dazed and Confused, just done differently, it seemed like. But I dug it, it kind of had those vibes in it. The Conversation, Chinatown, Barfly was just kind of something I came into from, what I'm looking for. But yeah, like I'm saying, I'm just trying to 90s before, like the movie Heat would qualify to me. You know what I mean? Sure, there were cell phones and technology and they're using sophisticated rifles for the time. You know what I mean? Like, but it still works because that's super slow burn. You know what I mean? Just those camera shots of like looking out over the city at night with the twinkling little music playing in the back. Yeah, dude, like, God, I live for those scenes. And I can't put my finger on why I live for those scenes, but I almost don't want to put my finger on why I live for that. Like, I just love living in them. It's like playing a song like over and over all day long. Like maybe you just heard the song, you're like, wow, I really like this by whoever it may be, and you just end up putting it on repeat. You know what I mean? Like, I just love that feeling it gives me when it's slower moving, slower pace. You know what I mean? Yeah, I always go back to this one, The Grateful Eight. I love, most people might get bored by the intro to that movie and be like, okay, I'm just not watching this shit. But for whatever reason, and I don't like it in every instance, but for whatever reason, it just works. That the same thing for Heat, and the thing I want to say about Heat is I love that you get, in that movie, you get 3 dysfunctional relationships, you know what I mean? Which is Al Pacino and his, the chicken's cold thing, Val Kilmer and his wife. It's like they're just trying to cope with like the life he's leading, you know what I mean? And then there's Robert De Niro, who's like, no one ever, basically just leave him in the dust if you ever have to. That's why you never get close to anybody, So I love that you get 3, but it's not a love story. It's not a romantic thing. It's more about the action. It's more about the heist. It's more about the one last time kind of thing. So that, I just love that movie. You know what I mean? That's just a great movie. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been after. I swear there was something else I wanted to tell you guys about. I thought there was another movie or another show. Yeah, talk to Catch Me If You Can. American Graffiti is on the list also. I hear that one's based in the 70s, which is what even if they made it in the 90s, even if they made it as long as it's, I keep saying as long as it's based in the 70s, but I'm applying that to the 80s and also to the early 90s. 5 Easy Pieces, never even heard of that one, but interested. What else? Oh, dude. Just racing movies alone, speak of like NASCAR, 2 on my list, and I really feel kind of ashamed I've never seen this because I know it was like a big deal, but Days of Thunder. I've never seen Days of Thunder. And another one, Stroker Ace, that was recommended to me, Burt Reynolds. and that just elegant mustache of his, that elegant cookie duster of his, you know. It's just like, dude, I just get so jealous. Even a mustache. A mustache isn't something that I would normally rock. But like a Tom Selleck, thick ass, like a Sam Elliott, just bushy ass fucking, could sweep the floor with it, kind of bristly mustache is like a man's mustache, you know. And it doesn't need all that little frilly shit that people do with the wax, you know what I mean? Like, they gotta wax up the ends and spike up, it's like, and make them curl. It's like, if you got a badass stash, you don't need any of that. You know what I mean? Like, you just got it. But, yeah, I always tell myself, like, I've always kind of dreamt about, even for a small amount of time, just going and living up in the mountains and just kind of, you know, obviously you need a shelter, you know, like you gotta have a rifle, you know, you're gonna have to hunt, you're gonna have to fish, you're gonna have to trap, you're gonna have to do everything you need to do, you know, pick the berries that aren't going to poison you. But yeah, I can't even do it. Like, I'm just gonna be like 60 or 70 years old by the time I can grow a beard qualified enough to go live up in the fucking mountains for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, I don't qualify. My little cheeksies are gonna get cold up there. You know what I mean? You can't do that. That's not what mountain man life is about. You're supposed to be rough. You're supposed to be able to weather harsh conditions. You know, not let me lotion my fucking let me lotion my cheeks because they're blistered from the blizzard. Like, those two things don't go together, bro. You know what I mean? Like, those are two different people you're describing there. So anyways, I've been talking the whole time. I have not drank any of this, so let's do it this way. Let me put that back down. I'm going to take this shot. I'm going to start chugging this White Claw. We'll call it a night. We'll call it good. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. So good. Oh, yeah, I heard I guess they do it the weekend before here in Dallas. I don't know if that's everywhere, but, oh, excuse me. St. Patty's Day, Saturday. And I had someone text me and was like, I didn't know if you were going to be here. I'm like, no. If you guys have listened to this podcast for any length of time, you know that's not my thing. I don't wake up early to go drink nothing. I'd rather have the sleep, wake up refreshed, and then start drinking. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be doing that day, you know, if I'm going to make an event out of it, it's not, oh God, it sounds awful. On a Saturday morning, one of my only days off, you want me to wake up and fucking be there at 8, by the way. So that doesn't mean wake up at 7. That means wake up at 6:30, get ready for an hour, whatever you got to do. And, yeah, just to go out and fucking injured day by noon. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I'm all for, I've done a goddamn drinking podcast for over 8 years. I'm all for drinking, trust me, you know, but I'm all for drinking under my terms. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But, yeah, anyways, as always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash. Treat yourself to a Waymo. Is that thing up off the ground yet? What are we doing, Waymo? I hope it is. I got to do some research because I want to use the service. I've never seen an advert. This is like the only advertisement I've ever heard for Waymo is my week-to-week podcast. So you're welcome, first of all, Waymo. And second of all, where is it? Yeah, I want to use it. Can we get those things rolling, you know? But yeah, just don't drink and drive. That's the overall point. Be safe out there. So I can talk to you next week. Let's finish these off. Cheers. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for me. I love you all. I will talk to you next week. Bye.